Ladies and gentlemen, and all venerables, I represent Group 5, would like to pay my respect to all the venerables in here and venerable Groups of here. And I would like to pay respect to Dr. Goh Peng, the founding father of Banyasas University of Cambodia, with the utmost respect and greeting to all PUC students. There are 7 groups in Group 5, there are 7 members in Group 5. There are Venerable Chan Viret, me, Un Sophiret, Miss Thara Sakuntini, Miss Lai Mehian, Miss Su Kim Thai Lima, Mr. Pang Pikpanya, and Mr. Mir Panyapot Chakarani. Today we are delighted to present to you about the topic of gambling. Gambling is a very ancient activity. During the time of the Buddha, it was already considered ancient. So gambling has not just been around here today. It has been around thousands and thousands of years ago. And I will explain about this picture. This picture is called the Gambler's Lament. It is in, next slide. It is in a Hindu scripture that was written about 3,000 years ago. It is about a man who was addicted to playing dice, and so he betted his wife and his children. So the scripture is about the man crying that he has lost his wife and children. And through the society today, after thousands of years, we see that not have much change about gambling. Sometimes people lose their home, their marriage ruined, they lose their money and their reputation and all other things. And it has ruined us for thousands and thousands of years, and it has not changed. The Buddha also spoke about the evil consequences of gambling. I think that gambling is not a sin, but it is also wrong because it brings us unhappiness. So the word of the Buddha said that the winner begets hate. It means that when you win, loser grieves for lost wealth. Nobody will win forever. So someday you will lose, and you will lose your wealth because of that. When you always win, you always bet more and more and more, so that you are likely to lose your money and lose everything. The loss of wealth, number 3. And 4, his word is not relied upon in court of law. It means that if you are a gambler, people do not trust you. So when you go to court, your word cannot be relied. Your word is not reliable, and people do not trust you to testify in court or do anything. He is despised by his friends and associates. Nobody wants to have a friend who is a gambler, because people think that a gambler might cheat them or trick them to get money or steal money from them. He is not sought after the matrimony for people who say he is a gambler and is not fit to look after a wife or husband. It means that a gambler, if you are a gambler, you cannot get married because nobody will take you as a wife or a husband. And I will explain to you briefly about the types of gambling that you are familiar with. Next. Card game, it is very popular in Cambodia. There are many types of card game that you have already know. Lottery, it is when you buy a ticket, and if the number that comes into the lottery is the same with the ticket, you will win, but you have a very, very low chance of winning. Next, football betting. Football is just a sport, but it is an event that a lot of people has bet upon. So it is also considered gambling. Dice game is a game that you roll the dice, and I do not understand very much of this, but I think that you have big and small, something like that. And when you roll the dice, you get the big. If you bet on the big and you get all the big number, then you win. And casino machines are always in casino. But the casino machine is that the number is already set, so that it is already set that if you put like $100,000 and about $10,000 will come back. And so the casino always win, they never lose. Just about anything you wager could be considered gambling, like when you bet on raining, when you bet on boxing, coin flipping, or any events or anything you can bet on sport, it is also considered gambling. Thank you, and I would like to invite the next presenter, Ms. Tara Spuntini, to explain to you about recreational versus problem gambling.
Thank you. I'm Spuntini Tara, the second presenter of Group 5. And my part here is recreational gambling and problem gambling. The first one is the recreational gambling. Recreational gambling is when people gamble for fun. It does not result in any negative consequences for those people in terms of time and money. So, recreational gamblers, they are playing just for fun, and in some occasion, they playing card or betting on something in some occasion only. And me myself, as a recreational gambler too, I play card with my family and my friend, but I have no strong desire or temptation to winning or lose. So for recreational gamblers, winning or losing is not, it doesn't matter. Recreational gamblers can stop anytime, and they only gamble for fun and social purpose. Recreational gamblers only gamble for fun, and I think most of us here is a recreational gambler as well. And the next one, problem gambling. This happens when someone continues to invest time and money on gamble despite of experiencing harmful negative consequences. Problem gamblers cannot control over their activity, and they do it compulsively. Losses represent catastrophic events, and the gambler become obsessed with taking back what they lost. For some problem gamblers, it is escape from stressful reality. So the problem gamblers, they usually gamble for when they are stressed, bored, or they have a desire to win something. So their strong desire usually lead them into the catastrophic event. So they do not think about anything. They put their mind on gambling. So what I mean here is they just they put their heart and soul to gamble. They do not think about the consequences. They are addicting to it. They are addicting. Myth and beliefs of gamblers. Illusion of control. The belief that one has the ability to predict the outcome and the skills and experience improve the chance of winning. So this illusion of control, gamblers, they think that they can predict the outcome and they can predict that they can win. But the truth is, no one in this world can predict or even guess what's going to happen unless you are a god or you have some supernatural power. I don't know. The second one is superstition. The belief that certain ritual, dream, interpretation, number combination for special objects can improve and enhance one's life in gambling. So, in Khmer this is called Bayinur. They think that they have some good luck charm for when they gamble. So they think they pray to win, and sometimes they have their good luck charm to with them when they play. They think that good luck charm can actually make them win, but it's not true. The third one is the misinterpretation of losing, thinking that losses are near misses the sign of winning is coming. So, for example, this kind of case is when, for example, you betting on a lottery and there is one number wrong. So you think it is wrong this time, only one number. So next time you can win. Next time you can win. This is the belief that you can win the next time, and you getting to start addicting into it without knowing or realizing it. Thank you, and now I would like to invite the third presenter, His Honorable Chan Vidya.
Okay, after you know the gambling and the problem of gambling, let me move to the solution. When people are addicted to the gambling, the most important and essential solution is education. When you have education, you know the benefit and disadvantage of gambling. If as you a college student, you know that the benefit and beneficial from gambling, so that you don't waste your time with gambling. The next solution is increasing job opportunity. Increasing job opportunity is also important to eliminate the gambling. When people have a job to do, they don't invest their time with the game. So they spend most of the time with their work. As you are a college student, you have a lot of time with your work, so that you don't waste your time with gambling. When you didn't go to school, you don't have time to study, you will impress your time with game, like you play headache, something like that. Okay, let's move to the next solution. The next solution is get ahead. When you addict with the game, you can eliminate it by to ask someone help you, like your family member that you trust him or her, to give you a good advice for leave the gambling. Okay, because of the time running out, let me move to the conclusion. For our conclusion, you must take the responsibility for your life and must not try gambling to ruin your life and your property. And you also have to ask someone and a good advice to others to eliminate, to get away from the gambling. Thank you for your attention, for paying your attention on our team presentation. If all of you and you have any question, please ask. I feel free to ask. Thank you.
I'm from Korea. I have one question. I have two questions to ask you both. The first one is we already know that the problem gambling bring a lot of disadvantage for our nation or our family or our individuality. But why the government of each country still provide the right to build like the casino or other gambling that is that is cerebral, that can get sorry again. Problem gambling bring a lot of disadvantage for the nation, but why still the government of this country allow to run the business like a casino or other game? And another one, even report said that when we have work to do, we may not want to play game anymore. But in the casino or other places, it brings a lot of work for the worker. So, in your point of view, how do you think about this? Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question, Your Honorable. First, I would like to answer your first question that why did this government has authorized casino or gambling places? Gambling is actually bad for our people, our individuality, and mostly the poor people, but it is good for the economy. It is good for taxing. Most of our casinos do not allow Cambodian, so that we bring a lot of money from people abroad, from foreigners to our country. So it is extremely good for our economy, and it is also good that for our government to bring in tax, to tax all the casino, even it's very high tax, so that we have a lot of money to fund a lot of things like education, something like that. And to answer your second question, you asked that casino actually bring a lot of work, a lot of jobs, but it is only for the casino job. It ruins people's life and cause them unemployment because of they consume so much time. They consume so much time on gambling. But when the casino is open, it brings job. It does, but not so much. Not so much for the ruin it created. It only brings a little bit of job, but it ruined a lot of people's life. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Next question, Noah. So, here's my question. Before I ask you a question, let me raise an example. For example, you guys come to visit your home, and then you think that maybe if you just do some gambling and get a lot of money from him and let him get out of our home empty pocket. Is it a moral thinking to do that?
It is very immoral, honestly.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Because it is also a sin because it's trying to take money to trick people to take money from them.
So, for example, we think that guests come to visit Cambodia is our friends, right?
Yes.
And then we think that if we just can take their money and let them go empty pocket, maybe it's good for economy. So, what is your justification for that?
Well, they are responsible for their own life. If they want to throw money on the street, it's up to them. If they want to gamble all their money, it's up to them. They are responsible for their own money, so they can do whatever they want with it. We did not force them to do anything, so it's not immoral. For example, people want to go burn money on the street, and people want to go gambling. It is the same thing. It always is money, but the responsible is their own, not ours.
Okay. If you compare that with what we already learned in class about North Star principle, how do you think?
I think that it is against the North Star principle.
Okay.
Yes, because at first, well, for Cambodian, gambling is illegal. It is bad, so we should not gamble. And second, gambling is, if addictive gambling is very immoral, I think. So it is wrong too, and it does not benefit us. It does not benefit others except casino.
Yeah.
They get a lot of money, so we should not gamble according to the North Star principle.
Okay, very good. I think the aim of this topic, Utak gave you this topic, is to understand the consequences of playing, of doing gambling, and even to your own citizen, Cambodian citizen, if you go to ask people whether Cambodian are allowed to be in casino, on paper, no.
Yes.
In reality, what?
Yes.
Yes. So that is pretty bad for our. So here is the next question for your group idea and commitment. If you were maybe in a position of leadership or decision making person in the government, should you consider legalize, maintain or keep the legality of gambling in Cambodia, or you want to do some better method to prevent people from doing gambling?
I will legalize it.
You will legalize it, and
Yes.
what
But
is the
I
reason?
will educate people to not gamble because I want people to take responsibility for their own lives. Nowadays, people do not wear a helmet and then the government deem it illegal. But it is not the government responsibility, it is the people. So people must value their own life, people must value their own money. If we legalize anything, people think that responsibility, but it's not. People should take responsibility. People should understand that what is they responsible for, and that we should just only educate people, and then people might learn when they experience it firsthand, the consequence of gambling.
So if you legalize the gambling, it seems like you open the door for people to play game or to do gambling.
Yes, but
So you seem to have very two different decision making on that one particular topic. One hand, you want to legalize the gambling. Another hand, you want to educate people. So how can you do that?
well, for one thing, what happens when people gamble? They lose their money and their life is ruined because they go to jail. What happens when people do gambling? They lose money and their life are ruined. What happens when we illegalize that? When people go to jail because of gambling, they have their life ruined and they lose money. So the gambling itself is its own consequences. It does not need another punishment. And we have seen in our society that illegalizing gambling did not do anything good, have not done anything very good. There's still gambling place, there's still casino, people still do gambling, and we only punish some people so that for a good show, something like that.
Okay.
So I think that teaching people by educating them and by knowing what they are responsible for is better than just throw them in jail and take their money.
Okay. You raise a lot of consequent bad